Raise your hand if you've heard the phrase, jack of all trades, master of none. Well, I've heard this phrase more times than I can count. I've had multiple mentors tell me to gain as much experience as I could. I was told to be a yes person and to not let others put me in a box. What's this box, you ask? Well, the box was explained to me as only being seen or recognized as your one area of expertise. I took this advice to heart as I explored my new field. I had internships, I went through graduate school, and ultimately accepted my first job. And whenever I was invited to participate in a training, planning, or exercise event, I was always sure to enthusiastically say yes, as I knew this experience would be invaluable for my career. As a younger, newer EM, this method worked really well for me. I was able to meet a lot of people, work on a lot of projects, and showcase my work ethic. But what no one told me was that at some point, it did look good to master a few new topics and serve as a subject matter expert. I was with my first agency for almost 3 years, and at the end of my internship, I was hired and put on some long-term assignments with a few new titles. I was assigned to these because of some interests I developed as an intern and a student. I had conversations with my supervisors about my interests, and some of these new titles fell in line with those previous conversations. As I started working on these projects, I was instantly sucked into a black hole of doubt. I was hesitant about these new titles as I didn't want these to define my future career. I wasn't sure if I had loved them. I'd only been slightly interested at the time I first accepted. And I figured, I'm still young. I still have so much to explore. Remember Jack of all trades? He was coming back to invade my mind. How could I possibly know that this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my career? After all, it's better to have just a diverse portfolio, right? Wrong. I was so often told to avoid the box and subject matter expertise that I became afraid of it. I didn't realize that I could have a focus and a diverse portfolio. I thought it was one or the other, and it turns out I was looking at the box all wrong. At first, I didn't see this new opportunity as the compliment it was meant to be. I didn't see it as a way for my supervisor to say, hey, you've been working really hard. You've proven yourself. Take these programs, make them your own. To be honest, it took me some time to fully immerse myself in them and to love them. As I learned more and made these programs my own, I began to understand the importance of having a general, well-rounded, or diverse understanding of the field while also allowing myself to become a subject matter expert. Now, believe it or not, one of my programs opened up a whole new interest for me. By having the time, the resources, and support to explore it, I was able to watch as that interest blossomed into a passion. And I'm now able to see that my supervisor actually did me a huge favor and taught me a lesson that has heavily impacted the way I see professional development and the box. So stick with me here. As our field continues to grow, we're seeing new professionals enter our world daily. Now, it doesn't matter the age. Emergency managers need to take the time to explore the field and develop interests. Then their organization, professional or academic, can support them with exploring those interests. Now, you can do this by sitting down and having a simple conversation. Ask them about their education, their past experiences, their goals. Try putting them on projects that reflect those expressed interests. Introduce them to other subject matter experts. You can give them advice or recommend trainings. Now, I'm not saying to scratch their entire portfolio and only put them on projects that reflect these particular vocalized interests. I know you have things you need to get done. I'm saying to use your experience and expertise to assist them with exploring, with researching, and with learning. Put them on 1 or 2 projects that you feel they'd be a great fit for, or something that you feel may interest them as a result of your previous conversations. As a mentor, you can help them slowly focus their EM lens and help them find some new passions along the way. And as a bonus, those additional projects they may not have been interested in at first will contribute to that general knowledge bank while exposing them to new areas of emergency management. Now, it's crucial that we not only pass down our knowledge, but teach our newer emergency managers to be yes people while they found their balance and interests, follow their passions, and eventually master them. I'm introducing the new box mentality. The box should not be the end of the road for your career. It shouldn't be a place where you go to shrivel up or something that we fear, but something that we use as a guide, as a goal. It should be a safe space of creativity and of mastery. We can always add to our box or swap it out for something else, but that needs to be our space to thrive. We need to change our perspective on the box. We can use it as our motivation. We must remind ourselves that the box is where our ever-changing passions live and where they grow, where our subject matter expertise lives. We should see the box as our reminder to truly take time to explore this vast field and pinpoint our interests and eventually form them into passions while we simultaneously evaluate them. This should be done through our careers, not just in the beginning. And as mentors, we should be holding the hands of those that are new to the journey and guiding them through. Teach them the tips and the tricks, while also reminding ourselves that we are always changing and evolving, and that it's okay to explore new things, to get creative, and to change your subject matter expertise if that's what you want to do. Now listen closely. Those interests that we once explored and fostered, some will push forward and turn into passion. And passion is what drives a human's internal fire. That fire will be the driving force behind our why. And I know you all know what a why is. Why we continue to come back to work after endless days of inactivation, or why we continue to try our hardest to prepare those we want to protect the most, our communities, our coworkers, our families. We need to build this new box mentality into our organization's foundation. There are so many ways to incorporate this culture into your organization. You can build out a professional development plan for your staff, create an internship program. Already have one? That's great. Build in a professional development lesson and workshop, or give staff an opportunity for a structured mentorship or partnership. Passing on our knowledge is critical, but teaching our emergency managers how to utilize this new box mentality will grow their interest into passions, and eventually mastery is what will continue to strengthen our field and build resiliency throughout our communities. Thank you.